John Osborne here. Let's do the FX Education Outlook for July 12th, 2017. We'll start up by looking at the Euro Pound. You can see we've been bouncing up a little bit off of this move up that we saw in this trend line here, and we made some pretty good grounds the day before, but yet earlier today we gave back most of it, not all of it, but most of it, and we went back down and touched this trend line, as you can see here on the 4-hour chart. Gives us a point for that to come down to and test. So let's see if it's going to break through there or bounce, and if it does break through there, then perhaps we're going to reconsider our bullish stance on that market. For the Kiwi yen, this is the one we've been watching move up quite a bit. So the last couple of sessions we've been watching it drop a little bit here. Not surprising since it's been moving up for quite a bit. We do have our stop that was trying to preserve some of our profits here that we did break through today, so we're bouncing a little bit off of that right now. We'll be watching to see what happens, if this is going to be a reversal back down to the trend line perhaps, or if it's just a temporary hold until we get another run back up. With the Aussie yen, you can see that after we went down and retested the previous supports here, we have made a continuous run up to that line again. So we are breaking higher than the 50 bar moving average in the weekly and still looking pretty bullish. And for the US dollar yen, a little bit bearish as we didn't break through this previous pivot here. We're still struggling to get some good speed coming off breaking through this resistance trend line that we have here on the weekly. So we are approaching, I don't think we quite broke through our defined support line, so we'll see what happens there. And in the euro US dollar moving up, you can see that we gave back a little bit and broke through this trend line here. Now we're still bullish, but perhaps we should be reconsidering. It's not surprising again to see us getting a little bit of resistance as we break through some of these weekly previous pivots. And the last one that's in our bullish portfolio, you can see how we went up and pretty much stopped at the 0.76820 previous pivot. We broke through it a little bit here, so now it's been weakened. We'll see if we can continue our strength on all the 4-hour, daily, and the weekly chart to see if we can push higher towards that 0.77119. In our bearish portfolio, we were watching this break lower here, and it actually broke through the trend line but then bounced back with a vengeance before it could break through the next pivot. So we're going to be keeping an eye on this one to see if we're going to stay bearish. We really want to see us break through the 0.95485 previous resistance to show that it can go lower. For the US dollar loonie, this one did have a nice big move for us here, and we broke hard through the trend line, and now we're definitely moving in a bearish move towards the 1.2478 50 bar moving average here. Similarly with the pound loonie, we also made a move lower, and both of these probably very much related to the move in the loonie. You can see that the movement's working out pretty good there, and we'll be moving down towards this little bit of congestion area here next. In our pending bearish category, we did get that shooting star yesterday in the pound yen, and sure enough we are moving lower. We're giving back a little bit so far after the close of today's session, but we're still watching to see if we can continue on a bearish break of this previous pivot of 146.005. And the pound US dollar, it's not looking quite as bearish yet. So let's see if we can break through this trend line and move lower. And that'll do it for today. Remember, you can subscribe by clicking on my picture in the upper right, and you can watch a previous video by clicking on the image in the upper left. And until next time, have a great rest of your day.